Feature Friday.
The freshest. What up, people? Welcome to Feature Friday.
Power Vocals.
Today is Friday, and yes, we're here for the Filipino Power Vocals.
Yeah, I thought
Some
really...
familiar names, some not so familiar. It's an interesting list.
Yeah, new names, new
collaborations as well. I mean,
collaborations I never thought happened.
We hadn't seen, yeah.
So very interesting. We haven't done a sort of like a podcast regarding just sort of Filipino artists in quite a bit. So I thought it might be fun to do this. And also, I think the idea came from watching, I think, Sharon.
Oh yeah.
Sort of like, she's obviously an alto. So I'd love to do maybe
Sharon
in the future.
Cuneta. My God, that woman is fantastic.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's got a really nice personality as well.
I adore her in so many different levels.
Yeah. So I thought it'd be fun to do. Obviously, we'll start with power vocals, and then maybe in the future, if you guys like it, of course.
Maybe we can do like an alto special. I would love to.
Sharon would obviously be featured on that.
It's like Jaya would fit into that.
Yeah, Jaya would absolutely fit into that. Yeah.
There's a few.
Yeah, and
from the top of my head.
Like there's names here that obviously are missing. We're obviously limited. Copyright and all these things that play a part, and also we can't do a podcast that lasts 10 hours. I would, though.
Even though I would love that. Yeah.
I genuinely would, but I don't think it'd be very good.
I don't think a lot of people would tune in either.
Yeah, like watch that 10-hour podcast. Anyways, but. So, people like Jonah, for example.
But Jonah is not really an alto.
No, in this podcast. For this podcast.
In here, yes.
Yeah, so like someone like Jonah, for example, is not on the pod. Who else would be?
Yeah, she's not in this list, but I totally consider her a power vocal.
Absolutely,
Yeah. Well, Sharon is a power vocal. She's not in this list. Freaking Jaya is a power vocal. She's also not in this list. So we're a little bit limited.
With Jaya and Sharon, I did on purpose to try and then
keep them
able to then discover more of their work for the alto podcast that we do have planned in the future.
I totally agree. If you would like that, please comment it down below, and we would take all your suggestions into mine for the next podcast.
Well, it's a bit low on energy, but
yes.
She's okay.
I'm here fighting.
Yeah, she's
fighting. Like we can do this.
Yeah.
It's all right. Enjoy our song. Have a little blast. See you on the other side.
What would you say? What would you do if all of my life depended on you? Oh, I'm waiting. What if I gave myself like a fool? Would you really take what I got for you? And do you really care? 'Cause I'm willing to wait a while longer. Make your mind up, boy, I messed up. I'm trying to wake up, but I can't be sleeping all alone. All alone. I'm not trying to make it up, but maybe I'm just messed up. Your mind, I'm falling. Hear me calling. I'm sure you don't need my love. I'm not trying to hold you up. Why don't you give my heart a break? It's time to change the pace. It's time to change the pace. Why don't you give my heart a break? It's time to change the pace. I swear that I'm going insane. Gotta change my ways, gotta change my ways. Gotta change the way that I look at you. Gotta change the way that I'm obsessing over you. Boy, I'm so in love. Tell me what I gotta do to get over you. Boy, I'm so obsessed. Tell me what I got to possess. I'm not trying stop your mind. I'm falling. Hear me calling. I'm sure you don't need my love. I'm not trying to hold you up. Why don't you give my heart a break? It's time to change the pace. It's time to change the page. Why don't you give my heart a break? It's time to change the page.
Tell me it's not just me. You know when you just feel like you just gotta just change, man. Like, there's too much negativity around you. You just gotta So, to begin, do want to say, Feature Friday store.com. It's out now. It's available. We had some issues in the past, but now you can order your merchandise. It will ship perfectly. Everything will go out fantastic. I think the times also, the shipping times have reduced a bit as well because
worldwide shipping, go.
yeah, it's free as well. Worldwide shipping is free. I think also because of the pandemic, like now things have kind of settled down a bit as well.
A little bit, at least here. So I think that facilitates things a little bit more worldwide.
So do check it out, featurefridaystore.com. It's a way that you can wear stylish clothing. It's my objective and our objective is really not for it to be like just sort of like a YouTube merchandise. It really does feel awesome, and it's something I'm quite proud of. So do check it out, and also that way you can also support the podcast and things like those. But my objective isn't really that; it's for you to actually feel good in it and look good in it.
Feel good and feel represented,
do feel free to send your pictures as well. I love watching those.
Me too. They're freaking fun.
And anyways, so featurefridaystore.com.
That's right. The first one is gonna be a challenge. This is a concert that Lani Misalucha had with Morissette.
Oh, nice.
Back in 2018.
Oh, this is that BIRIT or BIRIT?
BIRIT, yeah.
BIRIT challenge thing.
BIRIT challenge. So no BIRIT. So it's like is trying to do BIRIT refers to high belting notes. It's a singing technique. It's not condensed and refined only for the Filipino industry, but is widely known for being a staple Filipino sound.
Oh, right here.
So a lot of people think it's like a Tagalog word, but it's actually a common technique used. But it's commonly used more frequently in the Philippines than anywhere else in the world.
So what are we watching? What does it mean?
So I suppose they're gonna do stuff like mixing the falsettos with the classical technique, or things to avoid the high note belts. Maybe whistle notes, maybe high falsettos.
I see. But it still counts as power vocals.
Descants.
Right.
Absolutely. I think it's so much harder, especially if you're used to. Excuse me. Especially so sorry. Especially if you're used to singing, flipping into the belt.
Right.
It's so much harder to take that off and try to create something else out of that, because you have muscle memory, so it kicks in.
See. Go on. Let's give it a watch.
Yeah. It's way harder than people think. Let's go.
Damn, Morissette looks good, man.
She looks stunning. Both of them, they're freaking. You see, this is
breathy.
This is all thin full setting.
That's it.
So thin full setting is all the falsettos, or everything that doesn't include, full fold. It's less grounded.
Thin, right.
Yeah, it's breathier.
So that would be okay if I say it's a bit breathier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. You see, his breath is whispery. Same approach. I'm alive.
Hello, Father.
It's beautiful. I much rather listen to this. And you see the implications on the diction are way bigger, so you have to emphasize certain details that with a full fold they kind of become very second nature. But
You just bought father some shoes.
Some shoes that he's been.
Because it was his birthday, guys. It was his birthday
Happy
2 days ago.
Papa, delayed.
Oh, look at you. I also bought myself some shoes as well. Not gonna lie.
You like it, Papucho?
Do you like them, eh?
Thank you. Yeah, very
nice.
No
Yeah,
problem.
wear them. I tried them on because we're basically the same size.
Perfect, Papucho.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'd say wear double socks.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, I'd say wear double socks with them.
You can always adjust the laces.
It's true. Yeah.
They get tighter.
Why?
Thank you.
Yeah,
No
no,
problem, Papi. Happy birthday.
I'll show you what I bought as well for me.
Yo, you.
Okay, anyways.
So yeah, going back to the point, that was a completely lovely distraction there. There are certain things that when you're singing with a full fold, like you would do in soul, like this R&B and soul, the usage of diction becomes very natural. It kind of like flows really naturally, but when you're in a thin fold setting, you know, more breathy, more whispery, kind of like more of like an atmospheric ambiance, you have to emphasize, you have to work harder for the diction and the message to spread across. So Lani is really in capturing like that whole concept really well, and it's borderline theatrical.
That's
and
why
it's
there's
so beautiful.
so much more emphasis on
mouth modulation,
and
tongue
diction.
positioning, and diction. Yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely. It has to be amplified because otherwise it becomes a bunch of air and melody, but there's no body to it.
We're watching a no BIRIT challenge.
Yeah,
which
so
is
no belting,
Morissette and Lani
basically.
Misalucha. So no belting.
You see, it's all very thin. Thin. Woo! That woman is a freaking master. You know how hard that is.
Tough.
Reminder, hindi tayo bibili.
There are no challenge, no BIRIT.
So you have to keep
That is so hard
I
to.
support you all the way.
Ooh. See, the diction is so beautiful. Oh my god, I love it.
Dude, Morissette looks unbelievable.
My goodness, this woman is just. You could hear a pin drop. Did you see how high she had to lift
Well,
her
I've turned
larynx?
up.
Yeah. Just look at. I'm just gonna go back. Please pay attention to the movement on her larynx. She lifted them to such a beautiful high extent. She is literally the living pinnacle example of vocal technique. It's so palpable. It's so visual. It's really easy to understand larynx movement
Through watching her.
through her. You see how it's like the larynx completely disappear. You can't see anything. They're so lifted, and they're not tilted. So that's how you know there is no shift. There is very thin full setting. So the larynx literally moves up this way, usually it will move up and tilt forward to create of that classical big resonant sound.
Right.
But right here in a thin, stiff full setting, it's just going straight up. So it disappears completely from the neck. Basically.
Nice, a little bit like this.
Yeah. Right there. Do it again. That's right. So like it completely goes away and I pull it back.
I don't know how. I was absolute pure luck.
But no, that was a really great
Let's go.
Great segue. She's way more grounded, you feel that? See, she goes naturally back to... Well done, well done, well done. It's wonderful.
Nice.
The crowd control is fantastic. I adore Lani, honestly. It's... Oh.
You know, they're obviously taking the mickey here, but it's so much more theatrical.
No, Lani's doing some incredible work.
No, but I mean mickey in the sense of how theatrical it
yeah,
becomes.
of course.
But,
it's a comedy skit.
but at the same time, I love it.
It's for the sake of entertainment value.
Yeah.
That's the whole point here.
Same time, I love how theatrical it is, though. For some reason, it feels like, you know, well, I've seen theatre because of you. And it's like...
It's not obnoxious, is it?
No, it's real. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's so entertaining and so captivating that it completely draws the audience in. And they are, they're in the brink of tension just as much as they are.
The brink of a belt, right?
That's right.
Basically.
Like I'm telling you can hear a pin drop in that audience. The
or a
crowd,
dog fart.
Sure, whatever rolls your boat. It's freaking nuts, man. I love this. See, she finds it harder. Yeah. Oh, it's gorgeously done, though. These are big songs, man. It's so great.
Had enough. Nice.
Gorgeous, my God.
That just sounds amazing, guys.
That's great. Good girl, yeah. Yes, it is. Yes. Great.
Ah, it's amazing. Had enough. Bloody hell. Ah, it's very close. Also, they're really good mates.
That is absolutely
Very good mates.
insanity. Absolutely insanity.
You know what's interesting?
They have a very similar range. I just kind of like understood
Clocked.
it. Yeah.
You know what?
As the song progressed.
It's very interesting that I think perhaps this is the first time I've sort of been exposed to this approach to the entertainment aspect of a singing showcase. Because this is essentially a display of vocals, right? At that point of the performance. It's not really music. It's more, look what I can do with my voice.
That's right.
And I've never been exposed to that before. I've never gone to a show where that sort of happens. I've never seen a band live where they do that. I've never been involved in a gig where that takes place. And this has something to say as well about the Filipino crowd, right? Like, they're so accustomed to sort of good voices that in order for you to impress, you have to do insane shit.
No, you have like what's impressive though is that if they would have done this medley, how we just seen it, and at a full fold with complete bells.
It's been done before, right?
Yeah, it's like you're taking away the entertainment factor. So okay, what would make it a radical change? Take it away.
Right.
Make it the absolute complete opposite, but also keep displaying how incredibly difficult that is, because
Get comedy involved, get sort of the crowd involved.
it's about the crowd control.
Yeah.
It's about the delivery. It's about, because obviously they're the ones dictating where the song and where the performance is gonna go. There's a lot of rubato. There's a lot of vocal cues and physical eye contact cues from a musical standpoint. So it all depends on. This could have easily been a failure. This section of the show could have easily gone down and bomb, basically.
It could have bombed, yes.
It could have bombed real hard. But you have a really high quality of performers, not only singers, because you can have incredibly gifted singers that can do this any day in both settings. I'm talking about vocal settings. They can eat that up. But if you don't have the entertainment value of it, the skit doesn't work, And I love their great chemistry and mutual admiration that is tangible, is palpable, right? And I mean, what an honor to be able to have a concert with Lani, like to that extent, because I truly honestly feel like she is one of those singers that is textbook accuracy, based in the idea that she like in my head having that classical singing background aids so much everything else that happens after. Unlike Morissette, who is like a belter. She's known for being a power vocal. Seeing her adventure herself into things that are so outside of her comfort zone, it's
challenges, right?
It's incredible.
Early in her career as well, because I forget how sort of young she is. She's
yeah.
She's not old at all.
No, not at all. And I mean, they're both incredibly. And what I love about this concert is that it never felt like, oh, this is a. It felt like it was equally as important for both artists. Like, it didn't feel like it was like, oh, this is Lani doing a favor for Morissette or Morissette carrying the song for Lani. It felt like a really well structured performance for both ends.
A collaborative effort.
Absolutely. It didn't feel like it was like one end was weaker than the other for no reason whatsoever.
I'd like to elaborate on that previous point of sort of on what it says about the Filipino crowd. Like that's obviously one of the points of, but I think that the point of what I was trying to make is, because I've never seen this before, in the sense of I've never seen a singer do this for the show. Perhaps I've seen similar exercises behind closed doors and rehearsals, but I never thought someone was gonna do this in a show.
In a concert,
but I think that he just has to, and that emphasizes even more the point to me of the market sets its damn demand. This doesn't happen in any other, very rarely does happen in any other industries or parts of the world. It's very unique to the Philippines.
That is, and outside of the media, because this is a private concert. People pay tickets to see this.
It's
not because you can see it in media. You see,
challenges
and
gimmicks,
like
right?
and like for entertainment value on TV, it's very known for. You can see it all over the Western media, but a concert, like a specifically allocated part for entertainment value and vocal display done in an incredible level. It's an anomaly, and it yet again proves the point of how impeccable the music industry in
as
the
a whole,
Philippines is.
In terms of vocal quality and the vocal expectations. But anyways, but let us know. Maybe if somewhat, it's also crazy with the podcast is like sometimes people that watch were there.
Yeah, that's one of the crazy things. That sometimes you guys send me your actual videos of you in the crowd, and it's absolutely incredible.
I can't remember which one it was, but it was someone was like, I was a technician for that concert. It's like, what?
Yeah, like I think it was Sarah and the Company singing.
Yeah, right. I think someone dropped us a message saying, oh yeah, it's the one that's mixing that stuff. So
it's like, oh my god, that's the view from the mixing desk. That's amazing.
Yeah, but anyways, this is the next one. Obviously, I think, perhaps more popularly known amongst the music industry, sort of worldwide. It's like Regine Velasquez is obviously known to be perhaps one of the most gifted singers worldwide, and someone who actually, funnily enough, is like when Regine speaks about Katrina, she says, I think Katrina's better than me.
Yeah.
So this is both of them doing a collaboration, but we didn't know about it, called
Araw Gabi.
Araw Gabi.
Araw Gabi, and I didn't know this had ever happened.
Same theatre.
Is it the same place?
New Frontier.
Oh, nice.
Manila Genesis.
Let's have a look. Ooh, beautiful outfit.
Looks really good,
yeah.
Nice.
Well done. She didn't know? She looked really surprised, but she didn't know. I think she didn't know. Aww.
That is amazing.
Oh my god, how insane!
That's fucking mental, mate.
Oh my god, hi! I would totally be losing my mind too, not gonna lie.
must mean so much, dude. What a voice.
My God, why do they look so beautiful? Aww. I can't believe you're here. I love how Katrina is such a fun, like...
You can't believe it.
I know.
She's like, what
it's like, I'm not gonna look at it because if I look at her, then that's it. That's me gone again. That is great. But look how...
I'm not tripping though. Her skin does look like it's shining. Isn't it?
Yeah, she's got like glitter.
She's not so all of a sudden turning into a saint. Is it?
No, mermaid.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes, it's fantastic. Girl, pull it together. It hits you in all the warm and fuzzies.
It's amazing to watch. What the hell? These videos are brilliant.
Is that her song? I think it's Regine's song. Yeah, I think that's Regine's
Araw
song.
Gabi.
Araw Gabi.
Araw Gabi.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know my
that's
phone is.
Regine's song. Wait, let me have a look.
Da, da, da. Just listen to me sing while Vale searches out. Araw Gabi. Da, 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 da,
Yeah, it's Regine Velasquez.
da, 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 da.
Yeah, that must have been crazy. Imagine you're like chilling in your own concert, getting ready to
Regine
sing one of like
Velasquez.
the craziest songs by the crazy, like the greatest singer ever, and then
Who
she
wrote it?
comes in. Probably, it's her song though. Wouldn't surprise me if it was like only.
Yap. Ryan was one of the songwriters.
Ah.
Source herself. Oh, look at this! I just got this was the cover. When look at the cover. Look at the work of art.
What work of what? Where?
Hold on. Or when that
Where,
it was like an
bro?
album.
Look at the image.
Look,
Oh my God,
it
hotness!
was in covers. Look at this.
Yes, Regine. God, girl.
That was
Oh
in
my God.
it's volume 1, 15 songs, and Araw Gabi. It was
I love that.
October 2004.
My God, hot.
Free VCD with 4 music videos. Okay, do you remember VCDs?
I do remember that.
Bloody hell.
I remember that.
Anyways, go
I
on.
used to do a lot of my homework in VCDs. Like I would burn them into VCDs and then share them in like the computer. Like
What?
yeah,
Why would you do that? You
I don't know. It was just it's a requirement. I suppose I had to learn how to do it. It's
Well,
like learning how to Photoshop.
were USB sticks a thing then?
Huh?
USB sticks a thing. They were
I think they were.
called pen drives, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. That's true.
Go on.
That's crazy, man. They even sing riffs. What a dream.
That is
bro.
mental.
Ooh, girl. God. She was crying singing literally 3 seconds ago. I love how Regine looks at her like a mother. I love it's fine.
It must be a very
You're safe
peculiar
here.
experience to know as well. Obviously, from Katrina's perspective, it's a absolute crazy experience. But from
I'm shaking,
Regine's,
and it's not even me.
but I'm also interested on Regine's perspective and the side of the experience, because everyone has these sort of expectations about you. You've achieved so much. Everything there was to achieve, she has done it.
Yeah.
And these great singers, young singers, now looking up to you, and they hold you to such pedestal. I wonder what that must feel like, and whether there's any, because she's also human.
She's a great human, though. You can see just by it's genuine care and admiration at the same time.
But I mean it on the sense of what the hell does that feel like to carry that self
Absolutely,
responsibility, and also, how do you go forward from that?
That's a great question. Mm-hmm.
How do you, because in order to provide grounding in that moment, because Katrina's needing some, some strength to keep going, because it's quite a lot to swallow. It's
says calmly from a couch.
I would imagine, right?
Could you imagine?
But from Regine's perspective, it's like that means she also must control her nerves to the absolute.
Yeah, her emotions must be in check. Obviously, the one that is at a disadvantage is obviously Katrina, because
The surprise.
exactly the surprise element, and it's incredibly difficult. The scientific effect that surprise and crying has in the muscles in the larynx.
Good old throat.
They contract so much. So finding that retraction to freely belt is incredibly difficult. It's like a work of art on its own.
Right.
It takes a lot of physical demand. But Katrina's just eating that. It
she's
was
doing very well.
like she wasn't even crying 3 seconds ago. It's actually incredible. It's fascinating to watch these videos for all the great reasons, from a vocal perspective, from a performance perspective, from a human and emotional perspective. I mean, it's just insane. I love watching
Great
this
job.
stuff.
I love these videos. This is a great recommendation.
Yeah. Thank you guys, by the way. It's
Yeah.
freaking nuts. Break into harmony. Unprepared and on. Oh my god! Did she lose her mind after that? Because I would have.
Oh no!
Oh my god! In the crowd, that doesn't help.
Congratulations to you, Kat.
She really didn't know.
Oh right, she didn't know.
So congratulations, bilhin mo, lahat ng tao na nandito ngayong gabi.
She's so awesome, I love her.
That's brilliant.
Oh, I love that.
Congratulations to you, more success. Keep singing kasi talagang ang dami humahangat sa'yo. And I'm
Yes,
sure
absolutely.
na marami din ang ma-inspire sa'yo. Hindi lang sa
What a wonderful woman.
kundi dahil sa you're a very good person, a very good mom.
Oh.
Yan. Alam ko kasi yung storya niya eh. Pinunta sa akin ni Jerry. So, and you're very hardworking. At isa lang ang maipapayo ko sa'yo, sweetheart.
Okay, oh my god.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be successful. Okay, don't be afraid. Because, alam mo, yung mga nakaka pagdating sa mga kung saan man, dyan sa Quiapo, itinatakda yun ng Panginoon. Kumbaga, ibinibigay yun sa atin. So don't be afraid. It's okay.
I love that woman.
Naman po mga bakla.
Anyway, but thank you very much for letting me sing. Napagaling mo ang pala tao. No, thank you so much. Maraming salamat tayo kung saan napunta lahat sa akin.
Oh my
Mga
God.
kaibigan, palakpakan po natin muli. Sikat! Sikat talaga po siya. Thank you po, Katrina Velarde! Our Queen Regine!
She's so happy.
Oh my God, that's such a surreal moment.
That's actually madness.
That is a
I feel like I was
surreal
there.
moment.
What a moment must have been for
God.
Katrina. That sort of, it must be one of those moments that you sort of
Literally
remember
shaking.
for years to come.
It is incredible. I mean, those are one of those moments that you like.
2019.
Yeah, and it's one of those moments that I'm pretty sure had marked both Regine and Katrina's paths and
imagine.
careers. And I mean, what a beautiful piece of advice as well. Like,
Don't be afraid to be successful, eh?
that is a great piece of advice, because there's always that apprehensiveness, isn't it? Like, there is always that thought, the doubt, and usually what you hear from the people around in the journey in the industry is always be humble, maintain yourself, work hard, but it's never the encouragement of success is given, and you have worked hard for it, you deserve it, that mentality is incredible. I feel like I was there.
Yeah, being humble is not bad advice. I think sometimes it does get that's okay. It does get she's alright.
I'm alright.
She's doing fine, she's doing
I'm
fine.
fine. Thank you.
She so it's not about not being humble, but sometimes it's welcoming the idea that you are destined to be successful, and you also deserve to be successful. That's a complex idea, because
It is.
a lot of the time, especially with artists, I think it's great advice, especially for artists, because they're you okay?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Some agua?
I ran out. It's okay.
Do you want some of mine?
No, because then
I won't have any.
All right, thank you.
It's all right.
Switch, flipperoo.
So it's artists' minds work very differently.
This water is fresh.
Yeah,
Oh my
dude.
God.
It's good quality agua, dog.
Oh my God, this water is fresh.
Can you fill this up for her, please?
Thank you, I appreciate that.
But yeah, so artists' minds are different, and psychology proves this. It's they're very peculiar individuals, creatives, and to some extent, it's a blessing and a curse to be a creative. I'm not one of those, so I wouldn't know, but I have one at home. So it's very peculiar, because you're also taught judgment from a very young age when you're
Absolutely.
a creative, and that's perhaps the downfall of every creator. It's also very difficult to become successful. Thanks,
Very
Father.
much. Thank you.
In case you want a tissue.
Now I have two fresh
go.
water.
Yeah.
Thank
Can I
you
have
so
some,
much.
mate, please? Can I have some water?
No-
Thanks.
Water free for everybody. Anyone else want a cup?
Actually, it's one of the rights, isn't it? Just have water.
Okay,
You can
nice.
have you can have that as much as you want,
Yes.
provided. Go crazy. Don't worry.
Go crazy
So-
in the house.
Judgment
Stay
seems,
hydrated, people.
stay quenched. Judgment seems to be the. Thanks, mate.
Zip it and a go. Gulps. Your point,
That was actually
sorry.
tequila.
That was actually vodka straight in.
So judgment seems to be the biggest downfall of most creators, but it's also very difficult. Oh, you're actually not gonna bring me water.
Efra, make your freaking point.
Apologies. So, judgment, yes, seems to be the downfall of most creators, but it's also very difficult to monetize creativity.
Uh-huh.
Not many are able to do it. it's a select few. So if you are part of that select few that does manage, for some reason, the stars aligned, you do have the right team, you're the right person, you hit the industry at the right opportunity, thank you so much. And, you know, it's right timing, also bringing something new sometimes. If you do manage to break through, there shouldn't be any shadow of a doubt that you're worth it.
Yeah,
now,
but that's not the case, though.
Of course not.
That's rarely the case.
Of course not, because, you know, creatives have been cursed and blessed with this idea of judgment too, and also outside opinions withhold a lot of power when you're a creator.
So it's really interesting what people that have been in the industry literally their whole lives say something like, you deserve it. Don't be afraid to be successful, to welcome in the success that you have worked for. Those are major words, you know.
I feel the reason why someone like Regine exists, it's also because I think she had to learn that lesson herself, and then they develop something that most creators don't seem to have. Pure creators, purists, and people who actually then invest all their life in maximizing their potential of a skill, which is to develop a more entrepreneurial way of looking at things. Because at the end of the day, it is called the music industry, not the music playground. So you need both aspects in order to be successful in that world, in that industry. It is money driven, it is business driven, it's not creative driven. So someone like her would be a very, very wise person to accept advice. It would be very wise to accept advice from her, because she has a lot of wisdom, not just knowledge, but wisdom. She's been able to convert that sort of knowledge, apply it, and change herself. I'm sure if she,
and
she speaks.
I think there's nothing harder than maintaining yourself active throughout the years, because there is always movement, there is always something new, there is always something better, and there's nothing more difficult than having to keep up with the movement in the industry and constantly maintain the level, because there's pressures, there's expectations, and the fact that she is known and respected and active today, it's a hell of a success.
She deserves a lot of credit for many things, not just her sort of singing ability. Her singing abilities, I think it's already given. Yeah, but I think she deserves a lot of credit. Anyway.
Absolutely. I mean, what a wonderful freaking set of videos. This is a great list. Well done, Efra. Well done, you guys, for suggesting amazing videos. Right, so now we have a brand new entry for us. This is a couple of new singers that you guys consider to be power vocals, and this is Jennylyn Mercado and Janno Gibbs.
Hey,
and
first time.
Yeah, and it's really cool to have male power vocalists.
Not many.
Yeah, it's a very difficult task for male singers. It's an incredibly hard thing to do.
Erik Santos, he's on the list, right?
Erik Santos,
he'll be one of those, right?
Erik Santos is like one of my favorite male vocalists. Like, personally, I adore his vocal texture, so I'm really looking forward to that video later. So this is If I'm Not in Love by Jennylyn Mercado and Janno Gibbs. Let's have a look. And I think it's at her studio.
Original is Kathy Trockley.
Kolov.
Oh, nice logo, mate. Nice cameras.
Oh no, wait a second. This is an actual studio. Oh no. It's her set.
Bloody hell, because
it's her set. Holy crap. Cool. Coolness.
If I'm not in love with you, what is this I'm going through tonight? And if this heart is lying,
whoa.
what should I believe in? Why do I go crazy every time I think about you, baby? Why else do I want you like I do?
Alright.
Dude, what the hell is the gain on those mics? You can listen to her lips parting.
Yeah. And the breath before it's even taken.
Can listen to the beginning of times right before the end.
Alright. Start all over again.
That's how Drake writes lyrics. It just says a bunch of stuff. It doesn't
Something
really
about
make
some
sense.
spicy noodles just to make it relatable.
Yeah.
And sriracha into the mix.
But it's like, it doesn't make sense. But it kind of does. But it really doesn't. But it sounds cool.
Yeah. Totally accurate.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm listening to the end of times before the beginning. The beginning comes back before the middle, and the middle. Sriracha noodles tell me the shit hits tomorrow in the morning. I'm in Canada, Toronto. I drove past this Moro. I got that's my mojo. Now I'm in the studio. It's like, how did you get there, bro?
what journey was that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I got 4 baby mamas, 2 strippers, another's a mama. My mama and my mother, they're not the same person, but they gave birth the same way. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake, bro.
I know, I agree. I totally agree.
I love him though.
I consume everything he got.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to point out how beautiful her vocal colors are.
She's wonderful.
So freaking resonant. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, moving on.
Sorry.
Fair enough.
If I'm not in love with you.
I love the Jeff Buckley album here. I love this album so
Amy Winehouse
much.
right at the top of it.
Yeah. I mean, she's got some of the coolest albums in the back.
Janno Gibbs.
And if I don't need your touch, why do I miss you so much?
That's Adonis in the back. What the fuck?
That's Adonis.
That's Adonis right in the back. I didn't see him.
Chilling in the bass. He's like, yep, minding my own
Yeah, it's
business.
Adonis right in the back. Bloody hell, dude.
Shout out to Adonis.
Yeah. Go on.
Bro,
press.
coolness.
You so much tonight.
I love that guy. He's
It's
awesome.
just infatuation.
Police is in the
Why is
background.
my heart aching to hold you forever? Hold you forever. Give a part of me I thought I'd never give again to someone I could lose.
God.
If I'm not in love with you. Oh, in every fantasy, do I feel your arms embracing me like love is lost in sweet desire. Someone tell me why your dreams do I surrender like a little baby. How do I explain this feeling? Someone tell me.
Oh my god.
If I'm not in love with you, what is this I'm going through? To love. If this heart is lying, if this heart is lying, should I believe it? Why you go crazy every time I think about you, baby? What else do I want you like I do?
You would have never thought he could do that, right?
About the song is easy. Nothing, absolutely nothing about it. The way that he sings, though, is so peculiar because it's high in the vibratos and it's really at the top of his range constantly. But it's got such a lovely resonant bass range as well, which, you know, I'm sure he takes advantage in different settings. But
Yep.
he takes advantage of in different settings. It's just a really complicated. It's a really complicated collaboration, vocally speaking, just from the vocal texture standpoint of things, right? So she provides the smooth ride, and he provides the color and the texture and the complete crazy harmony intricacies. The layers and the calls and responses are so very difficult. Obviously, this is also an old piece.
Yep.
So there's a lot of those late 70s, early 80s influences in the arrangement of the song itself, and there is just so much that they can take advantage of, vocally speaking, and she really does, you know, amplified her vocal tonality and her color in the runs of the chorus itself. Everybody here has a really hard job of making a piece like this work in such an environment too, as well, because these environments are so delicate, and they don't often go down well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what's very interesting actually is like everyone has a very specific role to play.
That's right.
It's very cool. I've never seen a flute like that.
It's not a flute.
The hell is it?
It's a clarinet.
Clarinet. All right, there you go.
It's not a flute.
So much I know about instruments which require blowing.
Freaking hell, why you make this sound so weird?
Well, he's blowing into it, isn't he? He's blowing the heck out of it, actually.
It's called wind instruments.
Yeah.
It's not blowing instruments.
What do you say? Oh, look, some wind blowing. So me saying he blows, not bad.
No, that's
How would they
terrible.
say? Like, they probably have a better word for it. Blow less.
No.
You know, say you're teaching someone how to blow.
Oh my god, moving on,
No,
please.
let's keep blowing. Go on, I'm gonna keep going on this until somebody in the comments tells me, what would be the right word to say? Maybe eject less sound?
No.
Eject less...
Efra, moving on, for the love of God.
eject less air?
No.
Maybe less air. So, yeah,
Sure.
Give me less air, and then they go a bit softer.
Sure.
Because, dude, playing the trumpet and the saxophone, any wind instruments which require a bit of blowing, they're so...
Fuck my life.
They're so hard, bro. They are so difficult. I was watching this kid trying to learn it, pick it
Right.
up. Ooh!
It's like playing violin. It's so difficult.
Well, the violin
You
is
get it-
essentially, you're trying...
You
Basically,
get it wrong your whole life when you're 50, before you get it right.
here's an analogy for what it's like to play the violin. Imagine you're being dropped in the middle of the Baltic Sea with nothing but a little boat.
Paddle. Paddle till you find some land.
Get to Sydney. Get to Australia.
Wow. okay.
It's impossible, dude, to play that bloody instrument. There's no kind of guidance. Every sound basically sounds the same unless you do the right motion. Oh, it's horrible. Oh, and I've never even tried it. I just look at people suffer.
Yeah,
and then I
it's
suffer vicariously through them.
Well, that's on feeling something.
Yeah.
If I'm not in love, if I'm not in love with, if I'm not in love with you.
I love a good visual cue.
Yeah.
See, there is literally no way of making that simple.
Oh, that is awesome.
I love that.
Good
Shout
set
out
of
to
musicians
Adonis.
as well.
Let's see if they give credit to the musicians at the end. No,
Oh, wow.
it's just
She's very good looking, eh?
she's gorgeous, just gorgeous, and I don't think she's as young as I think she is.
Oh, I never know, no. That's
I
why-
don't think she's as young as I think she
Yeah,
is.
I never know.
Like in my head, she's like,
Yeah.
20.
I was gonna say, because a lot of people have been asking, like Ballet and Adonis are working on another cover that is coming,
Oh,
but we're also working, which I think is super fun as well. He's just a busy ass man, but we're also working on do you remember that Chavacano song?
Yeah, de maldita porque.
Yeah, we're working on that with McCoy, who's KC's obviously guitarist, and Sarah, Geronimo, all that stuff. So that's coming as well. I kind of wanted what I wanted to do this year, because obviously Ballet covered a few of our favorite songs in the industry,
Yeah.
and I thought to close the year, because it's been a very eventful year in terms of us discovering more of the Filipino music industry and stuff, and getting to know some of these guys and actually talking to them on the podcast. I thought it would be really cool to do choose the songs that we like the most, and then hopefully you guys enjoy the covers. And
Enjoy
then,
your versions of it.
of course, the versions of them, because what was the point of sort of just doing like a copy? It's not a
Of
point.
course, yeah.
And then next year before the year ends, sort of put that out, and it takes a lot of work. It's very bizarre.
It's
So-
really cool though. I love going back to the drawing board and learning things from scratch. I think
New languages,
Yeah,
hugely.
yeah.
I think that's what we want the objective to be.
it is so exciting.
They're knocking on the door,
they're
Father.
knocking on the door. All right.
So, it's another package for you.
More birthday presents. Yay, 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 yay.
From Amazon.
From Amazon.
Say thanks to the guy, give him a hug.
Happy birthday
So
to
thanks,
you too.
bro.
A gift from me. Oh, to me.
Kiss, kiss.
Kiss, kiss, bye bye. Kiss, kiss, hug, hug.
Kisu, kisu.
Kisu.
Anyways,
freaking awesome.
But
yes.
yeah, that's happening. And also
Oh my God, Sakta Budlo made a freaking collab
Hindi
with her.
Kokaya
I love that song. That's one of my favorites.
featuring Jennylyn
Oh my God, how cool in her studio.
and Dennis Trillo or Trillo.
I think it's Trillo.
Well, let's give this maybe. Let us know if you want us to watch that, and we'll give it a watch.
I love Sak. I love Sak.
Let's see what's next.
Right. So this is brand new for us. Again, a brand new entry. Another new artist for us. Power vocals. Her name is Dulce, but I think Filipino people actually pronounce it as Dulce.
So not Filipino people then. It's actually pronounced Dulce then.
Yeah, but I'm saying I would pronounce it like Dulce. Obviously not the right
Yeah, but
pronunciation.
it's a name, isn't it?
My take
Yeah.
on it, I think, is Dulce.
Right.
But I don't know. Please correct me. I don't mean to disrespect. That she was also a contestant in the show where Regine Velasquez was participated in the Asian Song Fest. What is it called? I'll tell you what it is. It's
What,
it's
in
the Pacific
in the
Asian
80s?
Contest.
89,
yeah.
1989. The show we even checked out of her.
Yes, where she sang, in that beautiful
Yeah, I
black
forget,
dress.
Yeah, I forget the name of the show, but yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Same show.
It's the same show.
She was a competitor.
And she's also from the Philippines.
Wow.
And in this particular video, I don't know if it's footage from the actual show, but she's singing Cat's Memory.
Ah, Vale sang that song as well.
I did, yes.
So fun in college.
I did.
You dressed up as a little cat.
I did.
That's actually not as little, as an old, ugly cat.
Yeah.
Because that's sort of the character, isn't it?
Yeah, she is.
It's a she?
Yeah, Grisabella.
Grisabella. Oi,
yes.
Grisabella. She's all old and crackly old cat.
Well, the whole story
Rejected.
is how she is about her moving to the next world.
Well, she
Do you know-
dies.
yeah, you know that last scene where all the cats are like singing to this light?
Yeah.
That's her passing away. Yeah.
Wow, they kill your character really early on.
No, it's not. It's not early. It's literally the ending piece.
Ah, you
The
stay.
closing scene.
Well, see,
But Grisabella only comes in little moments.
she has
She's
some of the
not-
best songs though.
She has the best song. She has one song and they do reprises of that song throughout the whole musical.
Right.
It's really cleverly done. Though. Bless you. Please do not get ill.
Nah, well, mate. I got just tickly here. But
Anyway, so this
oh
is
boy.
this is Dulce singing "Memory" from Cats. Andrew Lloyd Webber coming in with the beautiful. Oh my God, it's old.
The 80s, man. 90s.
They call her the timeless diva.
Timeless diva. So maybe she sounds like that even now,
Maybe she does.
30 years later.
I literally have no idea. This is amazing though.
Whoa, dude.
Her vocal texture is gorgeous.
Very theatrical.
Well, that is a theater piece.
No, the setting.
My God, that's so rich. She did that in one breath. From the previous line into the new one.
Oh, really? She didn't do
in
that?
one breath, no. Continues. Oh no, she did breathe. Sorry.
Yeah, she breathed.
She took take a breath. That's gorgeous.
Smoky days, the same cold smell of morning.
Oh, it's fantastic.
A street lamp dies another night.
I'm like playing the play in my head.
It is. It's amazing. Oh, great choices as well.
When the dawn comes, tonight will be a memory too, and a new day will begin.
Oh shit!
This is where she dies. This is the last moment. Oh my god, I love her version. Yes.
You know, she sounds a bit thinner, like it's high, very high.
Yeah. I'll explain to you that in a minute.
Sunlight through the trees in summer, endless masquerading, like a flower as the dawn is breaking. The memory is fading.
I love this. What? Oh, it's not worse. Oh, Jesus. She actually has perfect teeth as well. Holy crap.
Her acting through song is impeccable. The diction choices, the breaths, the elongated lines, everything. It was so conscious.
I think I was daydreaming there for a second.
It is, isn't
Like
it?
I was actually playing
she
the play there. It's the first time it's ever happened to me on
painted.
camera. Because I make a good effort. It happens to me a lot.
Off camera.
Off camera. But I make
Say
an effort.
what?
But that was amazing. I felt like I was just just traveling in space.
Well, that's the bizarre thing about that play. It is so, it's formless. It's very, how can you explain it? It's not formless. It's abstract. That's the word.
Yeah, there's no need to do illegal substances, mate. Just listen to good music.
Oh, I
If you want to
agree.
trip balls.
Well, I think, I suppose you,
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, some people might be like, actually, mate, take psychedelics and listen to good music.
Please, no, don't talk about the stuff. No, we do not encourage that type of behavior. Just putting it out there for anyone listening.
No. Just do whatever you want. There you go. That's the
Nice.
disclaimer, right?
Great disclaimer.
And we're not responsible.
Whatever you do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Not
nice.
my
that- It is nice to see it. Well, this is one of those immortal songs that I suppose. Thanks. I suppose it was really new at this
It
time.
reminds me of you so much, mate.
Aw.
Yeah, that's why I think I
nice.
switched off like that.
Aw, I'm glad. I was nowhere near that great, but
But I thought you were amazing.
Aw, that is so nice.
Yeah, I thought you were really good. That reminded me of that. I was like, fuck yeah, my sister can fucking sing like that. That's
Oh my
madness.
god, no, I can't sing like that.
Yeah.
But
Not
yeah.
to put you on the spot, but that's actually what it felt like.
Great.
Because I think you're a great singer.
Thank you so
Obviously,
much.
she is amazing as well, but I just think, yeah.
Incredible, very mature, very, wisdom driven choices in this performance itself. Like, taking into consideration, this was probably just come out in to Broadway or the West End,
All right.
because Cats comes out in the 80s.
It was like the
So-
Frozen of the time.
Basically, so taking into consideration, that was probably a booming hit and known to be a very difficult singing piece.
Right.
It's a challenge and I have to take on. I don't know when in the 80s this was.
89.
89.
Yeah.
It's contemporary to when the actual music.
Oh,
came out.
1990.
Ah, right. So it's like a whole decade later.
No, it's not. I don't know.
Well, somewhere around the area there, some
Maybe
great
someone
areas.
knows. There's no logo or anything, so we can't really tell when it was.
I want to know when
Cats
the
came
Cats release. Yeah.
1986, mate.
The musical.
Yeah.
How do you know?
I completely made that up.
Release date. Yeah, 1980. First performance. So, because it's based on this poetry book by what's the name? T.S. Eliot.
Right.
But yeah, and they Andrew Lloyd Webber, but that poetry book was written in 1939, and Andrew Lloyd Webber stumbles upon it in the 80s, and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna make a musical out of this.
Whoa.
And he kept all the lyrics, he kept all the poems exactly as they were written in the book, and he just basically made a score out of it.
Is this it? Is this your version?
No,
Oh.
that's just me singing Christmas songs. I don't actually think I have any footage of it
What?
on my Instagram. Yeah.
Oh! Do you have it then?
I think there must be somewhere
I
in
would
some
love.
archives.
Oh! Can I
Maybe
watch?
some-
I want to watch it again. I would have to share it. If you don't mind.
I can't say, like, yeah, I mean, yes, we can
I
watch it again.
love when you sing that song. It's awesome. I love how when Dulce or Dulce sings it
Dulce.
too. It's very funny because you can sort of tell.
It's like it triggers memories.
No, but also you can sort of tell at the time, right, what type of voices were sought after. And theatre was a very big deal. But also in theatre-like pieces, these voices really shined really well.
Well, this is this. You said that this happened in 1990, right?
No, it just says remembered. Theatre coaching remembered 1990. It doesn't actually say if that would have been in 1990.
Could have been. Anyways, given the time frame from the 80s up until 2000 and up until the 2000s, Broadway and the West End were booming, where they're like some of the greatest time periods. So you had Lea Salonga in the West End. You had Cats, the musical, freaking booming. You had Miss Saigon, Les Miserables. So there were a lot of freaking...
From the 80s to the 2000s.
Yeah,
Big moment.
Big musical moments. Well, to think about it, the musical industry, if you go back into the theater musical industry, they have some incredible golden moments throughout history. But I think some of the more commercialized, widely known moments
Happening in those 20 years.
happened between the 80s to the 2000s. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, mate, that's class. Let us know maybe more about Dulce or Dulce. In Spanish, I think it would be pronounced Dulce.
Dulce, but I think it's actually pronounced Dulce.
Dulce, right.
Yeah.
But
The
anyways,
Timeless Diva. God, what a name.
wait, what's next? Very
All right.
interested what's next.
Right, so now we have Charice Pempegnco singing, and I'm telling
Pempegnco.
you, I'm not, Pempegnco, so sorry. And I'm telling you, I'm not going, but this is when she was 15 years old.
Yeah, it's interesting with Charice because obviously when she was sort of like in her early years and as she kind of rose to stardom, she was
She was
widely
very
known as
young.
a power belter and this insane ability of holding nerve, which I think is the reason why even now, as Jake that's kind of
having
prevailed,
Jake,
you know,
yeah,
because
yeah.
it is like,
Such a stable performer, Jake, today. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, and-
wonderful footage from him.
and to be able to still do the things that he's able to do now, like vocally speaking,
Yeah.
with a absolute different texture, and that's been very sort of cool to observe and watch. But this is Charice at 15 bloody years old,
Yeah.
which to me is still bananas. I mean, can I say also, what the fuck is that set?
This is the Paul O'Grady show.
Guy has a nun, a policeman, a robot, some cans of tuna.
And I think he's British, isn't he?
I don't know, let's give it a watch.
Let's have a look. Nice cues.
You're my best love I ever known.
15, dude.
There's no way
15. Oh God.
I'm not living without you. I don't want to be free. I'm staying, just staying.
She ate that stage.
You gonna love
God, goodness.
So many acrobatics.
Woo! I mean, even the flip of the mic, I mean, girl.
What is that, Father? What is that in the back? Is that like fires?
It's like a firework carton.
What is it? Is it like, how do you do that? That looks so cool.
Floodlighting effects.
No,
That's not
that's
for
no,
light, that's
that's
like-
actual fireworks.
That's
They-
like,
they
I
discontinued
cheap
them.
Fireworks.
think it's like
Yeah.
cheapas.
Yeah,
All
they
fireworks.
discontinued them
Why?
because they're
Well, obviously.
very
Health and safety.
they're
Well,
very
she-
hazardous.
Maybe.
Well, if you stand right underneath it, you're getting burned.
No. It's cold. That's the reason why they are
It's called fireworks.
cold fireworks.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
cold. I thought you meant coal, as in
No, coal.
coal. What the pirates? You know the coal. I thought you meant coal.
No.
as in the black stuff.
The black stuff. What you gave your bad in Christmas.
Right, this song.
That is a shit gift. Not gonna lie. We're getting coal for Christmas. It's a horrendous gift.
I'll punch his beard off. Yeah, I mean this song was iconic in the film, and
What film?
Dreamgirls.
Never seen it.
Oh my god!
Is that the one
Ouch.
where it's the?
Heard in Singer.
Is that the one where there's two blondies? Oh, she's two
No.
detectives.
Where's that girl now?
She is.
Well, she
she's
transitioned.
Jake.
She's now Jake
Cyrus.
Cyrus.
now, and
Good singer, though.
he makes incredible music now. He
Still
does
good
a lot of stuff currently. I think he's still very active.
We actually saw him perform with KZ. As
Oh,
well.
and it was freaking wonderful.
Good
Like
performance.
their performance was incredible. They've got some great chemistry as well.
Yeah, but during like the earlier years, as Charice, it sort of like Charice performed with like Mariah, right?
Oh yeah, she
Celine.
did incredible stuff.
Yeah, like
No, she did a Celine Dion
Celine Dion, yeah.
Madison Square Garden that she did.
when she was like 16. 15.
Yeah, it was like a year after this or something like that. She did Oprah, Ellen
Insane, dude.
several times, Oprah several times too. I mean, she released then a US single called Pyramid.
Pyramid, which
Yeah.
did incredibly well.
Incredible well, like and she became very international.
Very fast.
Very very fast. Yeah, incredible career to be completely honest. It's insane.
But
And
yeah,
yeah,
it's mind blowing. But it's incredible all the amount of acrobatics, vocal acrobatics that are going on in that bloody thing.
Yeah, it's and it's not only the acrobatics, but the delivery and the choices. They're really rooted, grounded choices for a 15-year-old girl. I mean, it's just ridiculous, the whole dynamics. This song is so demanding, not only given the freaking fact that the range of the song is constantly crazy. It is a belter from the start. There is literally no chill in the song. Given the point in the film where this comes in, it's like the character's proving a point. She gets kicked out of the group for being problematic. And
this
so
movie,
obviously
Dreamgirls?
Dreamgirls, yeah, Beyonce and
No, don't know. Sorry.
right, I'll tell you the cast is like insane.
But so she's getting kicked out.
She
right?
gets kicked out, and this is the song that comes right after the
Right,
whole
so
dynamic.
she's defiant.
It is a proving a point song.
Right.
So the way it's written is obviously to make that point. Yeah,
I like
I'll
those
tell you.
those arrangements. They're really good. Some of
They're
those arrangements.
beautiful. It's pretty freaking close to the original.
And who sings this?
I'll tell you exactly who it is. She's currently she's playing Aretha Franklin right now in the new movie. It's Jamie Foxx, Beyonce Knowles, Eddie Murphy is in the movie. Jennifer Hudson is the new Aretha Franklin in the movie currently right now.
Oh, they're doing this movie again.
No, they're doing Aretha Franklin's movie called Respect. It's already out in cinemas right now. And yeah, Jennifer Hudson is the main lead.
Why is that relevant?
Oh my God!
To
What do
this-
you mean? Because
To the Dreamgirls.
because it just showcases it's a vocal display. Like this whole movie is about vocal display.
Oh, it's like a musical.
It is a musical, yeah.
Oh,
Dreamgirls, the musical, but it's
So what is this new movie you said?
Respect.
Is
Is
that
the
a
life?
follow-up?
It's the life of Aretha Franklin, and it's her biography basically.
Oh, I see. And Dreamgirls is about. She's in it.
No.
Aretha. I'm a bit confused.
No, it's not. There's no correlation.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm just saying
It's
that
just
she's
Jennifer
currently-
Hudson was also in Dreamgirls.
Yeah, that's right. And she sang this song.
And Jennifer
originally.
Hudson is an actress.
Jennifer Hudson is a singer, but she's also obviously an actress too.
Yeah.
Singer, actress.
Oh, okay. So he's not another Jennifer Hudson. It's the Jennifer Hudson I know.
Yes.
That sings. Okay, so there's no confusion.
Exactly that.
Anyways, well,
Glad I cleared that up.
thanks, mate. Because you keep saying Jennifer Hudson. But I'm like, isn't she a singer?
She is.
Yeah.
It's the same person that you think.
Oh, right, perfect. Because Jamie Foxx, Eddie Murphy, they don't make
They're
music.
actors, yeah.
Jamie Foxx does make music though. Every
Yeah,
now
he
and then.
does, yeah.
Decent
He actually
music.
sings in Dreamgirls.
Because he's actually a decent,
He's a great
good
singer.
pianist as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
But Eddie Murphy, not very gifted vocally. Maybe he is. I don't know. Never seen him sing though.
I don't think he sings in the movie. I don't have a recollection of that.
Right, would make sense. Beyonce,
Obviously.
all right singer.
My God, come on. You're talking freaking vocal royalty in that movie. It's
Arguably
just
one of the
insane.
best artists to be alive
Hudson
right now.
is the girl that I saw in the gala.
That's the
with-
girl.
With Alicia Keys.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe let's see what's next. Very interesting.
Right. I think,
She's so small.
yeah. To close it all off, we have Erik Santos.
Way!
And this is the moment, live from Mix, and I think this is one of those Mix throwback videos.
Young Erik.
Yeah, baby Erik. And I'm really looking forward to this because I adore his vocal textures, and like I said at the beginning of the podcast, I think he's one of my favorite male vocalist at the
Erik
moment.
Santos and Jason D need to make a Spanish song together.
Oh my god, could you imagine? It will blow up in the whole of Latin America so hard.
Yeah, I think
So
it will blow up
hard.
in the Philippines as well. And
I
yeah,
think so too.
It'll do well, like TikTok and all that stuff. So it will blow
Well,
up,
but
blow
you know,
up.
how Inigo did like Danger, his latest one of his latest track.
Yeah, of course.
It's very Latino, and I
It's
actually
very islandish.
no. Listen to this. I came across an article from Colombia
Nice.
talking about Inigo Pascual and his
he's-
new track, like how it's been booming in
He's
Latin
actually
America.
very popular in the Latino community.
It doesn't make it like it makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, me too.
It makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah,
It's
it really
freaking
does. And
awesome.
also he can, he's done sort of covers in Spanish every now and then, so it makes
Playing
sense.
to the whole thing.
Good,
I love
man.
It.
Like,
I love it.
He's
It's the
famous
brand, yeah,
now. I keep telling him when I text him, he's like, dude.
Brother, you're famous.
And he just landed a big role in this Fox TV. I think it's like a series.
Yeah, it's like I mean, it's awesome. I can't wait to see what the future holds for him. It's
Go on.
exciting.
So this is
Erik
Erik Santos.
Santos. This is the moment live from Mix. Woo.
Turn it up, please.
Yes, sir.
This is the day when I see all my thousands on their way. Every endeavor
So bass heavy.
I have ever is coming to play. Is here in the
Isn't he Prince Charming?
He's like Aladdin.
Isn't he freaking Prince Charming?
Basically, the real version of Aladdin. He sounds like him.
He does.
And he has like magic carpet and also magic lamp.
He has magic voice.
And if you rub it, it gives you their wishes.
No, that's a genie, but never mind.
A lamp.
Yeah, okay.
Genie lamp, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. The genie
Why he's being
in a
weird about it?
bottle.
Yeah, it's not a box. It's Pandora's box. You open that shit, no way going back, dog.
This is the moment. This is the
Oh, okay.
when the moment and the moment are in line. Give me this moment,
Oh god.
this precious chance. I'll gather up my past and make some sense at last. This is the moment when all I've done, when all the dreaming, scheming, screaming become one.
See what I mean? It's
This is the
perfect.
day. See it sparkle and shine. When all I've lived for becomes mine. We're all
He needs to cover Luis Miguel or Cristian Castro.
Dude, I'm telling
Like
you.
he does. Like he just has that perfect range for it. It's just freaking
And I
wonderful.
love it if it's a collab with Jason D. Dude.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
all these years I've faced the world alone, and now the time has come to prove to them I can make it on my own. This is the moment, my final test. Destiny beckoned, I never reckoned second best. I won't look down, I must not fall. This is the moment, that's with this moment. Oh, the moment.
Yes. Key change.
This is the moment.
Goodness gracious.
It's next level, dude.
Let's get technical. Look at that tongue positioning, bro. Go back. No. Go back. Wait. Here, right here. Just look at his tongue. look, it's perfectly what I talk about all the time. Having that high end of the tongue touching trying to reach the soft palate, and then the tip of the tongue touching the bottom of his back teeth, the back of his bottom teeth. Sorry, got a little confused there. But he's creating that huge resonant box right at the back of his throat, and then if you continue to see, it even deepens even wider to create even more bigger resonance in this area of his mouth, so the larynx can reach further back and still tilt forward and create even bigger resonance. So he's very grounded and sounds fuller in the sound, and he doesn't lose body.
Right.
And actually you can see the neck anchoring, so he's reaching back. The further back he goes, the more space he's gonna have. So basically we call that action sending the note to the back of your head.
That's what you always.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you sort of see.
It's all back here.
Right.
And you want to keep the chin down and like the back of the head lifted, because it creates a lot of anchoring right at the back of the neck. So it's a lot of power there that you don't have to strain your vocal cords or the larynx into any forceful position. And it's a very clean belt.
Dude,
It's
what is
very
this
beautiful.
called? You know what that is?
Yeah, those are the muscles around your larynx.
Oh.
I don't know what they're called though. I forgot. And that's on my years of
Mine looks weird.
No, they're just really developed. There's nothing wrong with them.
Oh.
That's perfectly fine.
Because his doesn't look like that.
No, actually, like, of course they are. Look how well developed they are here.
Yeah, but.
They're creating great anchoring.
Oh, right.
Obviously,
They look smoother.
he's not tilting to a side.
Oh,
he's
right,
actually
right.
all forward like that. You're seeing it face
Oh,
front.
it's not bad that I have that.
No, absolutely not. It actually would help a lot with
Really?
vocal anchoring.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Good on weights.
He's also lifting with his neck.
And you can also see how the back anchoring is working here really well.
I
He's
can
sending the
notice that now, and
notes-
he's also
yeah.
very grounded.
Absolutely. Look at his stance.
Hasn't moved
So-
one bit.
No. You need to be very grounded for pieces like this. So it's back. And when he leans forward, there's a strain, there's
You can see
force,
it,
there's
yeah.
tension here. So it's really well thought through, this performance. So clean.
This was the moment, the greatest moment of them all.
Look how high his larynx are. Oh, perfection.
Oh, you can see
Did
that.
you see that shift? It was so great. My God, beautiful performance. Oh, in love. I'm obsessed. Oh my God, yes.
Class.
Oh, play it again, because why not? I mean, you could watch this, and it's great because it's a concise piece, right? So there's a lot happening. These are the type of pieces that you take to auditions, and you do the 16 bars that include the key change. So the last bar or the last few bars before you do into the key change, working up towards it. Because you show an incredible range of things, not only technique, but vocal color, a performance, delivery, a lot of intention in diction. Yeah, absolutely. This is one of those pieces that are incredibly well accepted amongst the musical
the
theater
moment.
community. Yeah,
Right. You know who I was thinking as well? That
for males, of course.
obviously another power vocalist in terms of like male is Martin.
Oh my God, yes. But isn't it funny that in the Philippines, I find it interesting that in the Philippines, power vocalists tend to be very theatrical, tend to be very theater forward in their training and their vocal approach of things.
Actually, all of them.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? I had never been exposed to anything like that before.
Perhaps the only. Well, I think it's because.
Outside of the theater industry,
Yeah, but
of
I think
course.
it just goes on to say about the more
The
regimented.
pedigree.
Yeah, the more regimented and more disciplined and more strategical singing and a more strategic approach to singing becomes, the closer it becomes to a regimented system like theatre.
Absolutely, I
You know,
agree.
because I think that's what theatre does really well.
But
It
like
really-
the intention, diction
Polishes.
is like yeah, it's acting through song. They
Yeah.
really do manage to get really nitty gritty with all the details that popular mainstream music kind of like leaves out and neglects completely. And you can be a fantastic power vocalist neglecting all of those aspects, right? And we've seen it throughout history of music. I mean, some of the greatest female power vocalists were incredibly neglectful when it came to diction or
Modulate. Well, maybe
modulate
not- maybe-
intention, inflection
That's
of,
it.
of songs. They became very linear, that the songs became so popular that there was only one way of telling the story.
Then we saw also a degrade of them because I also think due to a
The
lack
lack of intention from the original artist.
No, due to a lack of a regimented system, which also encourages vocal health, you don't see them last very much.
That's also an incredibly great point.
But then in
the longevity of the artists that are known in the West, on the rest of the world, to be power vocalists, they don't have really long careers.
Well, I can guarantee you one thing: they're not there now.
That's right.
And what seems to be really peculiar about the Filipino industry is they're all there now.
Their longevity.
All
is
of
ma-
them.
Absolutely.
30 plus
absolutely.
years in this bloody industry,
I mean,
singing like that, madness. Bro.
It is incredibly. It's insane. It's insane. And the wonderful thing about having really well-grounded in technique singers is that you get to see them evolve constantly.
Yeah.
They're not stagnant performances. There's a constant change. There's a constant evolution. And actually, I believe that a lot of the artists that were hot 30 years ago are better now than when they first started.
Well,
Because
time only makes you better when you're that technically sound and you
Yeah.
also have this willingness to learn and experiment.
Yeah,
It
I
is
was
fascinating.
going to refer to, for example, Sonny Bono.
Uh-huh.
30 years singing
Yeah.
is the best now.
Yeah.
Somehow he's arguably better now than ever.
Absolutely. And I feel
Somehow.
I feel like that's the case with Regine. I think that woman just continuously gets better.
and better, yeah.
And it's a very difficult technique to master. What she does is incredibly difficult. And it's known for being hard. But what's even harder is that she has been able to maintain it throughout her whole career. And not even maintain it, but become better. Like continuously progress
evolve,
and work
continually
to
evolve.
evolve, right? To be greater. That to me is an absolute mystery.
That's-
And it's inspirational to strive to have those artists, like Lani Misalucha, Sharon Cuneta, have Lea Salonga being such a, pinnacle images and personalities in the industry that people can look up to, right?
Jaya's a very good example of that too.
Throughout the years, absolutely.
I think what's the reason why I knew that we were onto something very peculiar when we first discovered the Filipino industry, when it seemed that they were very closely related to, or very closely aligned with theatre-like performances. That's when I knew it's like, we're on something else here. This isn't your regular. These aren't your regular singers.
It's a brand new pedigree. It really is.
Yeah, that's why I always use that word, because people who sing in theatre, that are very successful in theatre, are a specific. They have been molded.
It's a
to
brand new legion of people.
They are different. They're different
They are
people.
indeed. It is.
I'm sorry, like if maybe you're 30 now and you want to do it like in theatre, it's like you could, but you have to become something different to what you are now.
Absolutely.
Because those people are completely different breeds of people.
Yeah.
They're not normal. They don't think like you do. They don't think like I do. You think like but I'm completely like this. We're different people.
And
bro.
to a certain extent, I'm a complete noob to compared to the people in the industry right now. In the theater industry right now, I mean,
I'm sure you would say that.
there
I'm
is
sure they'd say that as well.
there is a lot of what happens in the theater industry though. There's the constant encouragement to learn.
Yeah.
They're constantly researching. They're constantly learning, because the industry requires a lot of history, a lot of research. because it's a journey of acting as well as music. So being a singer is not good enough. You have to research a lot of like time periods, adjusting vocal mannerisms, accents, diction, modulations, everything. It's very detailed, and common popular music doesn't require any of these things, so it becomes very linear
It also doesn't
and kind of stagnant because there's no need for knowledge.
But it also doesn't require you to be uncomfortable. I
Absolutely,
think something that
absolutely.
actors have to learn to do very early on is learn to do things that you're very uncomfortable with, so that way you
Yeah.
can do new roles. And then what happens when you mix singing into that? You're singing genres, a jazz number when you're essentially a
Pop singer.
a soul singer.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, oh, maybe not so much of a shift, but then you're a power vocalist.
And on top of that, you have to sing it. If it's in the West End,
Mm-hmm.
you have to sing it for the whole contract. I mean, probably the whole year.
Yeah,
Every single
Twice a day, right?
And
Yeah.
sometimes twice a day.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, the theater contracts are ruthless too.
Yeah.
Or the musical tours, they're freaking nuts, man.
That's what I mean. Different breed of people. It's
It
a
is.
system that is ruthless, doesn't pay that great actually,
That's so true.
but it creates absolute monsters.
And
dude.
it's not even that popular either. It has its niche.
Anymore, not anymore. But in those 80s to the 2000s, mate,
very well known.
yeah, absolutely. It was that and cinema.
That's true.
You know what I mean? But now it's not.
Yeah,
even,
it's true.
But now it's not even remotely close.
Yeah.
It
Theater
has
is going through.
it has its crowd, and it's a niche, and it's a very successful niche yet till
It
now.
is.
But 25 years ago, 30 years ago,
It
or
was
different league.
Yeah, it was a main source of entertainment. One of the main source of entertainment.
Different league,
yeah.
different
Yeah.
league.
Yeah, cities like, for example, New
New
York.
New
York,
York,
of
here,
course,
London,
Broadway.
you know.
Yeah, Broadway.
I mean,
Broadway
if you went to
was
New York and you didn't visit, like, you didn't go to watch a Broadway show, you didn't go to New York.
Mm-hmm.
The same that when you come to the London and you didn't watch a West End show, you didn't come to London. You know what I mean? It's like it's one of those must-do stops in the pinnacle cities.
Well, very, very, very interesting. It's also I'd love to check out if you guys would like us to, of course, to do this version, but maybe an alto version.
Female alto vocalists.
Yeah, because most men have altos.
No.
Not altos, but most men have that texture of singing.
No, men have their own categories in the singing way. So you got baritones and
What the hell am I
basses.
trying to say? I'm trying to say because there's not that many women who are altos.
Yeah, I suppose they're a rarity. I suppose.
Well, I
yes.
always relate women
to
which-
mezzos and sopranos. Yeah, I suppose
always,
that's
and I guess
right.
those are the most
It's
popular,
a
right?
it's a perceived misconception. There's a lot of alto
Really?
singers, and I'm pretty sure we're about to dive deep into some really amazing singers. My favorite vocalist females that throughout the history are
Altos.
some incredible altos. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. There's so much girth in there.
But altos can do things that mezzos could, but
Can,
maybe they're
yeah.
just not naturally as gifted at it.
Exactly.
Right. That's why you never really but you never really categorize singers that much
Oh no.
when you listen to them, because it's like
It's
they can
just-
adapt and they can do different things.
Absolutely.
Right.
The human body is so amazing. Even if you're not naturally gifted at certain things, you can train to be. You know.
Right. Well, thanks God you're here because you correct me. I was gonna say, oh yeah, do remember featurefridaystore.com. It's up and everything is happy days.
Yep.
Thanks so much for the recommendations.
Worldwide shipping.
Yeah, everything is all good. The link will be in the description below, or just go to your browser and type featurefridaystore.com.
Ooh.
That's pretty cool. And yeah, apart from that, happy days and
Have a wonderful weekend, people. We will see you soon.
goodbye. I thought that father was gonna say goodbye.